I am enraged today, and I blame you-know-who, Tom Sandoval. We have some Vanderpump Rules and Trader news today. We'll get to that later. But first, let me welcome you to another live recording of Bravo and Blaze with Jenny Blaze. We are halfway through our 3-week live streaming series every weekday at 1 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch, with audio available wherever you get your podcasts. Last night was the season finale of The Valley on Bravo, and an uncensored and extended version was released on Peacock today. We also have some VPR activity to catch up on. If you are a podcast listener, you can see the visuals over here on YouTube. We also have an interactive live chat that is only available on YouTube. Drop a comment as we go along, and I'll try to incorporate that into our discussion today. We need this to be a two-way dialogue. Our channel is at Jenny Blaze on YouTube. If you are watching us live on Twitter, Instagram, or Twitch, please consider joining us here on YouTube so you can be part of the chat as well. I'm a little sweaty today. It's supposed to be really hot today. As a reminder, be cool. Don't be all like uncool. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. We are by no means here to use this podcast as an avenue to bully or attack anyone. We are simply here to express our opinions, trauma bond, hopefully heal, make some friends, build a community. Bravo and Blaze together. Also, make sure you subscribe, follow, share, like, comment, leave a 5-star rating. Make sure you're also following us on social media at Bravo and Blaze. If you haven't seen our interview with Peter Madrigal, I highly recommend you go check that out. The link is in the show notes. I asked Peter back in February what he thought about the Valley and if he was going to be tuning in. And he basically said it looks like garbage or trash. I'm not sure exactly which word he used, but it was along those lines. So go make sure you check that out. Also, we interviewed Ann Maddox and Amanda Lifford of We Signed an NDA. We're going to talk about Ann a little bit later in our Vanderpump Rules, quote unquote, news. Oh my gosh, Fuzzy Puff. I'm sorry, I have to interrupt for this. This is like really bothering me. The whole Tom Sandoval thing being on the Traders. Like, I feel betrayed. I feel like Tom Sandoval has attacked us. And Fuzzy Puff said, I feel assaulted by the fact Tom is going to be on the Traders. I was like in denial. This reminds me of BravoCon COVID days when I was like, there's no way they're going to cancel BravoCon. And I was so dead set. People were like, no, it's going to be canceled. It's going to be canceled. And I'm like, no. I was just in complete denial. I think this whole Tom Sandoval thing has been the same because I've heard this, that he was going to be on the Traders months ago, but I didn't want to believe it. I was like, no way would my favorite show do this to me. And now here we are. Haggis. I'm wearing my haggis hat today. Actually, I wear it like almost every day now. Now that it's sunny out, got to protect this mug. It's the only way. Just stay out of the sun. I like to go for like a ombre tan look. Usually keep my face covered and then my legs are always out. Okay, I don't even know where we were. Ann Maddox, yes, we're going to talk about that. We also have bonus content available for Patreon and Instagram subscribers. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out. The next topic on deck is Summer House Martha's Vineyard. Much to talk about. Mixed emotions. First-hand experience. I can't release that to the public. That's for subscribers only. But let's get into it we're here to talk about the Valley finale. Like I said, there is an uncensored and extended version of last night's season finale of The Valley on Peacock. Before I read the episode description, we have a lot of activity in the chat today. Hi, Mrs. Odie. Hello, Grace. I love Grace. Grace asked, did you see the picture? Jax just posted a picture of Britney and Cruz in bed this morning? Definition of doing too much. I better be careful, though, because I did notice last week Jax joined our live on Instagram, so I'm going to be quiet. Jax, if you want to join, just say it. Just DM me. Lord. Liz, I'm sorry for the bad news. It's confirmed. I know. Alan Cummings said it this morning, and it like ruined my day. I think Liz said the redemption arc still on. I actually think that it's not salvageable at this point, and I think they just want to kind of make a mockery of him. They're going to show how bad everyone hates him. Nobody can trust him. People from other shows are going to hate him. I really need the rest of our people to deliver. Dorinda, I'm looking at you. Don't let me down. Dorinda, you held my baby. I'll show that picture sometime. That was like 2 years ago. The idea of Tom Sandoval breathing Alan Cummings' precious air makes me Hulk out. Yes! He doesn't deserve this. This is an honor. How dare you? What a disgrace. Yesterday, I talked about how the biggest bully I know is my mother. And I could just picture her if she knew everything I knew and went to go play the Traitors. I could just see her going toe-to-toe with him and saying straight to his face, dead in his eyes, asking him, don't you feel shame? Ugh, I need that to happen someday. Manifesting. Fuzzy Puff said, the gamers will eat him alive. I hope so. They better bring it. Fingers crossed he goes home week 1. I will only accept a first-round murder or first-round unanimous banishment with humiliation and crying sprinkled in there. Okay. Let's move on. Hi, Gina. I see Gina. Okay. The Valley. The episode description is, in the season finale, the entire group comes together to celebrate the opening of Jax and Britney's new bar. Things quickly come to a head when Janet comes face-to-face with Zach for the first time since her baby moon, leaving Jasmine torn between the two. Kristen tries one last time to make amends with Michelle. The truth about Jax and Britney's and Michelle and Jesse's marriages is revealed. So let's talk about this episode, and then I'll go through the main extended clip that was on the Peacock version. So we see Jax and Britney's bar open. Warts makes an appearance. And I just want to say one thing about Warts, Tom Schwartz. I don't want to see his face unless he's telling us every single detail of what happened between Joe and his sister. How does one go from, I love Joe, I think you guys would be a great couple, to I blocked her ass and I'm traumatized? We need to know this story. So, Warts, don't come back until you have that story. Moving on. Chelsea needs to know too. Like, how are you gonna... He did that on purpose. Tom Schwartz knows what he's doing. Oh my God, there's like a tiny bug on my laptop. Oh my God, it just freaked me out. How do I get it off? Why is this happening to me right now? It's Tom Sandoval's fault. Ugh. Where'd it come from? Now I'm so creeped out. I hate bags. This is Tom and Tom's fault. All right, let's move on. So, at Jax and Britney's bar opening, the big showdown between Janet and Zach comes to a head. And I'll say, even though I'm kind of on Zach's side in this whole thing, I do think he came in a little too hot. However, I do appreciate that he did not hold back his feelings. I am a Zach fan because I feel like he's genuine and authentic, and I could be totally wrong, but I'm just from going off of my experience, what you guys are seeing and what I've seen so far, I don't get any snake or calculating vibes from him. I don't know. Like with Janet, we see covert moves. We've seen it on camera. So I can't imagine what's happening off screen. And I don't feel like Zach doesn't seem like the type to connive in that way. Like he's very open about his pettiness. And same with Chris and Jody, which I love. And even last night, Chris and Jody was like, so I definitely said the wrong thing about Michelle. She didn't have a boyfriend for a year. She had a boyfriend a year ago, which is messy either way, but I can't help but love our Mariposa. Jason, he's such a good husband. As they're yelling, like I said, Zach came in hot. He did not hold back. He's like, yeah, go. And I don't agree with his behavior towards Janet in her state. She's 8 months pregnant at that point. However, I just want to say, if that were me, I wouldn't even go. I would have just stayed home. So, like, maybe she wants the confrontation? Because I will tell you this right now, you will never, I'm not going to be pregnant ever again, but you will not catch me at any event during my pregnancy. It was a rare occasion to see me at any event during my pregnancies. I am a mother. Just like Lala and Sheena. But Jason is just such a perfect husband. He says and does all the right things. He sticks up for his wife and says, you better not do that again or else I'm gonna wreck you. It was giving dad vibes, and I love Jason. I'm just gonna need a tiny, tiny bit, teensy bit more aggression when you're defending my honor as my husband. It was cute though. What else? Let's see. What do you guys think? Fuzzy Puff. Janet is a sneaky little weasel. Whoo! Tell us how you really feel, Fuzzy Puff. Mrs. Odie said, quote unquote, Janet, you move like a snake. Fuzzy Puff. The Janet and Zach showdown was hysterical. I know I shouldn't have been laughing, but I was. I know I was too. Gina. This bar. I was just in LA and I wanted to see the hot VPR spots. Yes, I got a sandwich served by Katie. And yes, it was amazing. I love that, Gina. But I also went by Jax's. It's a damn backyard. He decorated the backyard. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I don't know what to say. Oh, Liz says, I think a private convo would have been much better. Going on a reality show pregnant, like if you were worried about drama and the stress, which is valid, maybe sit season 1 out. Yeah. I would have stayed home that night. My body hurts. I'm tired. Liz said, he snapped when he found out about the phone call been overheard. Oh, yes. So Zach was already, I think, at like a level 9 coming into this. But I think once he heard that other people heard their conversation and he had just learned about it, I think you're right. You're right, Liz. He snapped and he went to like from like a 9 to like a 12, which I understand. Like that, I didn't even think about that really. He was just learning in that moment that she had him on speakerphone. That is a covert move because you can't get mad. I mean, you can get mad at someone like overall and in general for doing what Janet did. But in that moment, that was not the time to be like, well, what the fuck? Why did you or why did you have me on speaker or whatever? Because then it looks like you're deflecting. This is covert manipulation going on, I think, by Janet. Good one, Liz. Thank you for reminding all of us. Okay, what else? Chris and Michelle, like, I don't even know how that went down. I wasn't really paying attention. Their feud is boring because they clearly don't like each other, and I don't think they care to like each other. So, oh my gosh, Liz said pinky boots. I was dying when Zach kept saying crock shit boots. He said it like 3 times. I loved it. Oh my gosh. All right, let's go on to the Jesse and Michelle breakup. I'm sorry, but I hate Jesse. When Michelle was talking about having a list, I totally get that. I have a blended family. I understand what it's like to have to share custody and things like that. And having a list, whether it's one thing on the list or 100 things on the list, like, I don't understand why he's so against the list when it's just like, it's a way to be on the same page and be like, look, this is what we agreed to. That way you reduce any possibility for fighting. But his entitlement of, I don't want to make a list, nah, like, I just could not take it. And the way he was raising his voice to Michelle in front of Isabella, not okay. And I don't know if it was in this scene or a different scene, but he said at one point, like, he wants Michelle to wake up and start her day by saying, Jesse is a great husband and father. I'm sorry, excuse me? What kind of entitled bullshit is that? How about you demonstrate that you are those things first? It's giving the girl who expects compliments during Winter House, and it makes me enraged. I have never in my life seen entitled people who expect to be praised. Like, that's their standard. That is wild to me. I already said this about my mother. Like, when people behave in a way that is like so outrageous to me, I think about my mother and what she would do if I behaved in that way. And I just feel like she would probably do something that would get her arrested. Oh my God. I just don't understand people expecting compliments and praise for just existing and doing what is already expected of them. I feel like Jesse wants people to be like, oh my God, look at that Jesse Lally guy. He got out of bed this morning. Everybody slow clap for this man. Wow. Fuck off, dude, and grow the fuck up. I cannot believe that there is a person that exists like this. And I hope that he sees this and improves and grows from this. I'll become a Jesse fan if that's the case. But if not, this is going to be rough. Anyways. Chelsea said it's hold on. It's 3 items on a list that he agreed to. Why not just write it down? The argument was so dumb. Yeah, and Michelle could have just wrote it down, but like it seemed like he was against a list no matter what. Like, I don't think it's about the pasta. You know what I mean? All right, let's move on to Britney and Jax. Oh, Lord. Okay, I'm going to talk about the extended scene in case you haven't seen it on Peacock. Kristen and Zach come over to see Britney as she visits her house to get things to go to the Airbnb while Jax is working out. This is after 1.5 months of Britney staying in an Airbnb. Kristen even mentioned that she feels like the house feels different just when Britney opened the door for her. Kristen thinks Jax is not serious Kristen thinks Jax thinks that Britney is not serious and that she's just going to come back. And I don't think that's the case. I think Jax is the type of guy who will gaslight and crazy make until the point where the other person has no choice but to leave because it's become such a toxic environment. It's like mental, psychological, and emotional abuse, like that kind of toxicity. And for whatever reason, Jax just doesn't take any action. Like, he could leave, he could file for divorce, but he just doesn't. And it seems like he puts more energy into maintaining this dynamic that they have, this toxic dynamic, than to actually try to work on things and make things better. And the fact that he won't leave the house and Britney had to leave just makes my blood boil. What is with men? Tom Sandoval, Jax Taylor, Jesse Lally. It makes me sick to see these women have to uproot their lives and leave, especially the ones with children. It's gross and disgusting behavior by these men. And as my mother would say, you should feel shame. All 3 of you. You're not men. You're boys. It's sad and pathetic. I'm embarrassed for you. Ugh, makes me sick. But I have another question. I have a question off topic from these guys. Britney keeps talking about how she's making all this money. What does Britney do? How does she make all this money? Can someone please tell me? I don't know. I don't get it. But good for her. I'm happy for her. We also find out that Zach has a boyfriend, or at the time of filming, he had a boyfriend for 6 months. And I wonder if they're still together. Zach, tell us. We want to know. Why do we keep seeing Michelle, Janet? Who else? We saw Nia doing interviews. Why don't we see Zach or Kristen? Anybody? Do you guys know? I don't know. Zach, tell us. Kristen also talks about getting air sculpt. It's like kind of like liposuction or something. I wonder if they have that near me, but it doesn't sound very sanitary because Zach said that some of Kristen's fat like ricocheted and landed on his arm. And I thought that was like so gross. Oh my God. I'm still grossed out by that bug. It was like so tiny, but where the hell did it come from? Was it on me? Okay. Moving on. So also in this scene, we see Kristen talk about having her miscarriage after 9 weeks of pregnancy, and it happened in late November. This was so sad, but also I was really confused. Kristen said both the sacs. I don't know what she meant by that. Does that mean she was having twins? And then she said something about choosing the names, plural. But then she said that baby singular. So I'm like, what is happening? I mean, not that it matters. It's sad, horrible, either way. And as someone who has experienced a stillbirth. My heart goes out to Kristen. I don't think the grief from that loss ever goes away. But as we come to an end on the Valley, in true Jax Taylor form, he has the last word with a tweet. He tweeted last night, "You may want to ask Britney who she's been sleeping with for the past 4 months." That tweet is now deleted. And for those of you who can't see my face right now, it's not pretty. Not only is Jax a known liar, but also who cares? I hope Britney is sleeping with everyone. But I feel like I doubt Britney is sleeping with anyone. Also, celibacy is the new trend these days. I accidentally started it. Okay, in conclusion, I feel like as a general consensus, we were all a bit apprehensive about the Valley before it aired. Now that it's over, it's been confirmed to have a second season. There are no casting changes, no add-ons from VPR. Also, there's no reunion, which people are very upset about. Also, does anyone know when season 2 starts filming? Because there's action right now. Can we get some interviews from the cast? The other cast members, not the ones that they're picking and choosing. I mean, how can Bravo just ghost us like this? Rude. Rude. I blame Alex Baskin. You heard me. Where is your ice cream truck? All right, before we go on, let me see our comments. Okay. Gina says, he takes advantage of her. I was in a relationship like this where you give a million chances so the person doesn't think you'll leave, then you do, and they play victim like, oh no, she left me. Ugh. Liz said, Jax wanted this show to divorce from Britney. He laid low for years, but as soon as he's making money, he went back to be himself again. Oh, gosh. I think that might be true. Jax Taylor is a one-man toxic dump site. Madeline. Chelsea, I want more Jasmine. Me too. I love Jasmine. I really love Zach and Jasmine. I think they might be my faves, other than Kristen. Liz said, Jenny Craig, that's how Britney's making her money. But, like, how much money? Just from one partnership? Gina said, Brit made money with Jenny Craig. She had a campaign. Not sure if she still does. Gina, and good for her if she is. Get it, girl. Absolutely. Chelsea said, Jax posting that tweet, then posting Cruz and Britney in bed the next morning is so wild. I mean, I don't expect anything less. Liz said, in House of Villains, he said they paid her $2 million? Oh, did he? I gotta go back. Fuzzy Puff said, Britney might be running a Katie train. Good for her. I will run train in this restaurant. Do it. I'm here for Britney and getting it on with everyone. Do it, girl. Okay, speaking of Alex Baskin and his 32 flavors, the Nepo baby. Let's get into Vanderpump Rules. Okay, so there's been some activity the last few days. This is from the Reality Bitch on Instagram. Looks like these are DMs, boots on the ground. LOL, I met Jax last night and he claimed VPR is done. He also made it very clear that he is single and said he's not seeing anyone right now. Also, they asked, also, is he the same as he is on TV? This person said he was very friendly and was happy to be in pictures. He told us he was extremely hungover from the event he did the day before and that Canadian women are aggressive. He was also trying so hard to pay attention to the hockey game on the bar TVs while women were talking to him. Yikes. Oh, Jax. Okay, Bravo and Cocktails posted this. Regarding Ariana and Tom's house, they plan on doing mediation. If they don't, there's a trial scheduled for 2026. Yo, I do not want to think about Tom and Ariana still having any ties to each other in 2026. That is redonk. I can't. That is wild. I hope it doesn't get to that place. So over the weekend, it was Pride weekend, and Bravo OOMG posted, there's a picture of Tom and Pump, and it's decorated for Pride, and the Tom logo is covered, but the Pump logo is visible. That is some LVP shade right there. Maybe they are getting phased out. I'm here for it. I think it's about time. Oh, Lord. Okay. Joe went live. Also, I heard she has her comments off. What's that all about? Don't love that. The most alarming thing in her latest live, she put a no Schwartz zone sign, if you want to call it. It's a piece of paper with her handwriting on it, and the handwriting is really scary. I don't know if she did this on purpose or if, was it intentional? I don't know if you guys can see this, but it says no Schwartz zone. The N is backwards in zone. There's the S has an X in it. The A and the R in Schwartz are backwards. What is happening? By the way, this was posted by Reality Ops and Down to Reality Pod. Go check them out. The first thing she says in this clip is, so I was pooped on. It was by a bird, but we know metaphorically she was pooped on. Okay, so page 6 posted, it says exclusive, Pump Rules breakout star Ann Maddox addresses speculation that new boss Ariana Maddox is leaving the show. Where is that article? I had it open before. Oh no. Ugh, there's traitors, reminders everywhere, and I feel like there's something crawling on me still. Okay, I'm going to this article in page 6. And this was from the other day. This is a couple days ago. Here we are. This was on June 3rd. Okay, so she was on page 6's virtual reality podcast. She tells them that Maddox is prioritizing her mental health while considering her TV future. What else? Anne adds that mental health is an important topic that's not discussed enough within the reality TV space. I don't know why they quoted important. I think it's important. Why are they putting important in quotes? I think that is such a priority and we don't talk about it enough, she says, giving props to Maddox. I think bringing light to that is so important. I agree. During the explosive, let's see, blah, blah, blah. You're like, what? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I think this is mostly for promotion. I'm not sure. They don't confirm that she's going to be on it or not. So we'll see. But we do love Anne, and we interviewed Anne, so go check that out. And here we go. What time was this? 8:46 a.m. this morning. This is me hearing confirmation that Sandoval will be on the next season of The Traitors. It just makes me so mad. This is the ultimate troll move. He knows how much we love this show. He did this on purpose. Makes me so mad. Let's see what's going on in the comments. Hi, Emily. Emily said, man, Lala can't talk about her separation being more difficult if this goes to 2026. But she is a mother. That girl. Also, I thought of you immediately while seeing casting for Traitors, and I am so sorry. Like, can't Sandoval just go away? He's obsessed. Should I get a restraining order? I think it might be about time. Trying to look like the Peanuts lemonade stand? I don't know if that's right. Red rum. Oh, Joe. Oh, my God. It is like red rum. Joe's sign, no short zone, is like red rum. Oh, my God. So scary. Traitors move with Sandoval as a plot twist for us. Oh, like the Peanuts lemonade stand. Oh, the sign, no short zone, is like the Peanuts lemonade stand. I get it now. I get it. I'm still getting used to live streaming again. It's been a year. I like this 3-week series so far. Let me know what you guys think. I'm having a great time. I will have to say this is way more work than you may imagine, but I have a great time. And I hope you guys do too. I want to make sure to remind you all to subscribe, follow, share, like, leave a comment and 5-star rating for Bravo and Blaze on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. Don't forget to follow on social media at Bravo and Blaze. We will be here again tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern to review a completely new type of show that I have never watched or ever reviewed before. It's a dating show, and it's Love Undercover on Peacock. I know many of you have already watched it or have been on the fence. Tomorrow will be a great day to further discuss if you've seen it or listen in to make a decision on whether or not you're going to binge so you can join the conversation. Until then, stay lit, y'all. I don't know where the outro video is. Here it is.